Pekisi filed this report.
Well, a very good afternoon in Gqeberha. It's been an interesting morning hearing from young people what they term as safety in the internet, what has been harmful for them on the internet, and what they want to achieve in this space. The Film and Publication Board has also shared their perspective of what they aim to do, ensuring that young people are safe within this space. But joining me this afternoon is the CEO of the Film and Publication Board, Dr. Buluka. Dr. Buluka, let's just first talk about the significance of this day and why it was important for you to try rope in young people to inform them the importance of being safe in the internet space.
Thank you very much for having us this morning. The World Safer Internet Day is a day that is celebrated second Tuesday of second month annually, celebrated by over 140 countries in the whole world in an attempt to raise awareness around the creating a safer online or internet environment. This is to ensure that the public are protected, whether children, whether they're adults, they're all protected by being online or on the internet.
And then, Doc, the internet is such an open space, so kids can literally tap one thing and then they're exposed to pornography, tap one thing and they are being victims to sex predators. Mm-hmm. How then, with a theme called Safety Internet, do create a safe space for young people in a space that's so open for them to do anything at any time?
See, the most important element, which I think is the reason why we're here, is about education, educating them about the dangers, because being online for our current youth, the modern generation youth, it's an inevitable part of their life, for education, for entertainment, and even for their own information purposes. So it's not something that you can avoid, but what we try to do is to educate them more. But on the other hand, we work with the platform owners, whether it's your TikTok, whether it's your all the platform owners, to kind of subscribe to a particular code that ensures that the children in particular and the learners are protected from any form of harms. And therefore, so on our part, we regulate these operators to ensure that they comply with the codes.
Dr. Buluka, just this morning you're interacting with some young people and they raise some of the concerns they've had in terms of the online space. What are some of the concerns or the more dangerous things that you've picked up that young people are dabbling into when it gets to the online space?
Yeah. I think maybe to a large extent, I don't think our youth are quite aware of the impact, in the sense that they will sometimes share content that's maybe harmful to others or even to themselves. When I talk about others, like we are on social media platform, you pick up a visual, you don't know where it's coming from, then you post with your friends and you find that visual material is prohibited because, or it's harmful to others. And then the second thing is when they, out of happiness, they take their own, whether pictures that are not palatable or intended for the public, and then they share that with their colleagues, and then those colleagues will distribute them. But they don't know that indeed there are certain things that you can do. And secondly, the abuse. At least the one thing that I picked up here is all of them know about the abuse that they pick up every day on the internet or whether on social media platforms. And this is a major concern for them, that they get bullied, they get abused on the internet, even by some of their friends or even strangers at times. So I think for me that's what I picked up, and I could see that they want something to be done around that. Hence we come here for education as well, to show to them that please respect others in the same way that you want to be respected. You are online. Don't use the internet or social media to harm others. That's the most important message that we are trying to deliver here today.
And last, Buluka, obviously we see this morning there are certain schools that are here, but obviously not the big majority of Gqeberha is here. And this ongoing struggle for the internet use in a safe space is an ongoing struggle for parents, for teachers, for learners. Is there a plan to take this program to other places nationally to ensure that as many young people as you can are informed about the dangers of the online space?
The schools that are closer to us in Gauteng or in Western Cape or KZN, because you've got regional offices there, so they do this kind of things every year at the beginning of the educational year as part of the going back to school. But the ones that we don't have offices are the ones that are disadvantaged. But our plan is to make sure that this is not the last. We still continue to come back because we need this kind of engagement with the youth. We have established, as well as the FPB, what you call the South African Online Youth Safety Council, which comprises of young people, the youngest is 13, to engage with the youth, because I think it's a peer-to-peer, instead of expecting us adults to engage the youth about online. So that's the platform that we'll be using, and want the South African learners, or the children, to engage with the youth, because that's, I think, the platform in which we can learn more about their concerns and their safety issues.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank
Well,
you
that was Mashila Buluka, who is the CEO of the Film and Publication Board, just speaking about the various measures they've put in place to try and inform and educate the young people about the safety in the online space, saying that beyond just being in Gqeberha, they have offices in Cape Town and Johannesburg, and they also want to try and now rope in young people to be the voices and advocates of safety within the internet space. For now, let's go back to you in studio.
Well, not great for the mining sector, nor great for the South African economy and households, is the fact that Eskom has announced that stage 4 load shedding is going to continue until further notice. They had indicated that there would be an adjustment downwards later in the week, but until further notice, we're going to live with stage 4. SABC News economics reporter Diabo Sito is at the mining Indaba for us. Thanks very much for joining us, Diabo. Of course, the latest news coming from Eskom, very negative indeed, and you were listening to the heavy hitters there, Roger Baxter of the Minerals Council of South Africa, as well as Audrey de Ruyter, the CEO of Eskom, talking about the energy crisis as it pertains to the mining sector.